Hello, all the students of class 9th. I'm Ekta Yadav, and today I'm going to explain brief summary of chapter 1, The Fun They Had, from the book Beehive. And before starting the summary, let me tell you about the writer. Isaac Asimov was the writer of this chapter, and he was an American writer and professor of biochemistry at Boston University. He was known for his works of science fiction and popular science. This chapter is about future school. It also reveals writer's futuristic approach. The chapter gives us a glimpse of future schools, and we can imagine the kind of schools we would have for our future generation. The story revolves around Margie and Tommy, who are future students. Margie is an 11-year-old girl and Tommy a 13-year-old boy. They both are friends. There is no school. They have their school at their own houses. A mechanical teacher, or you can say a robotic teacher, appears on their telescreen, or you can say television screen, at a specific time and teaches them specific subjects only. They don't have school, classmates, and even human teachers. The story starts with Margie's writing in her diary on 21st May 2157 about a real book that Tommy had found. They both saw the book first time. It was a very old book. Margie reminded of her grandfather, who once said her that when he was a little boy, his grandfather told him about the time when all the stories were printed on papers. Then they turned the pages. They found the pages were wrinkled and yellow. The words stood still. They did not move on the screen as they do now. After seeing the book, Tommy called it a waste and said that after reading it, he would throw it away. Their TV screen must have been very big to have many books. Margie agreed, though she had not seen many textbooks on her own telescreen. Then Margie asked Tommy what the real book was all about. He replied that it was about school. To hear the word school, Margie exclaimed, "School!" At school was something she hated the most. She felt, what was there to write about school? At school, she hated the most. Margie never enjoyed school. And now she hated it more than ever. It was because the mechanical teacher had been giving her test after test, and she had been doing worse and worse, especially in geography. Her mother, Mrs. Jones, was really worried about her poor performance in geography. So one day she called the county inspector. Now I'll tell you who is county inspector. So county inspector was like a resource person who handled the content of different subjects and even checked if there was any problem in the mechanical teacher or even in the telescreen. And the county inspector was a round little fat man who came with wires, tools and other equipments to check if there was any problem in the mechanical teacher. He smiled at Margie and gave her an apple. He took the mechanical teacher away. Margie was really happy. She hoped that he would take much time to set it right. But after an hour, it was brought again before her with its big screen. He told her mother that it was not Margie's fault. Actually, the geography sector was set a little too quick. So he had slowed the speed of it according to an average 10-year-old level. He even assured her mother that Margie's performance was quite satisfactory. Then he went away, but Margie was not at all happy because she hoped that he would take her mechanical teacher away, as she remembered that once Tommy's history sector had blanked out completely, then the county inspector had taken mechanical teacher for over a month. Margie never enjoyed her school. She hated it. She hated its slot in which she had to put her homework every day. She had to write them in a punch code. And she had been learning like this since she was only 6 years old. She was not enjoying her class at all. Then Tommy and Margie had a discussion about the old schools. Tommy told Margie everything about the old schools. Margie was feeling upset. She told that she did not know about those schools, so she read the book herself. She read that in old school there was a teacher. Tommy replied that it wasn't a regular teacher, it was a man. He also told her that human teacher taught the boys and girls things and even gave them homework. The human teacher asked them questions too. Margie doubted that man could not be smart enough, but Tommy said that he was so smart. Then Tommy explained that the old school had different things. He told her that teachers used to teach students in a specific building and all the kids went there. They learnt the same thing. Also, they were of same age group. Then Margie thought about old schools. She was surprised to know all the facts about the old school. She was surprised to know that all students used to study together in a specific building called as school. They learnt from the same human teacher and even they could help one another in their homework. She thought that the kids must have loved the school in the old days. And at the end, she was thinking about the fun they had in their old schools. Thank you.